Now that you have answered your exercise, let's try to check our answers. I will show you what I have, okay? I hope that you answer individually and you're checking it in a moment, okay? This is the information that I have on number one. It says, what is a series? Well, according to my answers, a series is a group of work, let's two together. A group of work by the same artist by the same artist with a common theme. I will put it on top of it, okay? With a common theme. So, what is this series? A group of work by the same artist with a common theme, okay? I hope you have the same thing that I do. Number two says, what is a sculpture series? A sculpture series is a group of sculptures which have a common theme. Which have a common theme. Okay, a sculpture series is a group of sculptures which have a common theme. That means that there are several drawings, okay, several drawings with the same theme, okay. Let's continue on the number three. What do you know? No, sorry. It says, what do you need to know in order to analyze a sculpture series? Well, you need to know the artist context. Remember that the artist's context was why, how he did it, and when he did it. Okay, you need to know the purpose, comma, the materials that the artist used, and the theme. Okay, you need to know also the theme of the sculpture. So you need to know the artist's context, the purpose, the materials, and the theme. The last one, question number 4 says, which artist created a sculpture series of hands? That was an easy one. It was Auguste Rodin. Okay, that was the artist. So now let's continue on the other page 124. Okay, this page, like always I say, we're going to start by reading this purple information, and then we're going to continue doing the exercises. Okay, so let's start by reading this information on top, and then we will continue. The information says, some sculptures try to pay homage to real or mythical moments and characters. There are others that communicate an idea or feeling. Look at the image of the series Urban Light. This work can be seen as a single sculpture of giant dimensions, or a sculpture series made of 220 pieces. Each part of the series is a restored street lamp from the 1920s and 1930s. On the other hand, artist Chris Burin wanted to save these lamps and show their beauty. On the other hand, he wanted to create a leisure space where the public could have fun. In other words, he wanted to create a participatory sculpture series. So, participatory sculpture series because he wanted the public, the audience, the people that went to that place to participate or be part of that type of sculptures, okay? To meet these goals, he collected, polished, and painted each lamp and installed a solar energy panel which can power the entire installation. So, to make this type of sculptures, and not only it requires of your time of collecting, polishing, and painting, it also requires other energies, other type of resources. In this case, he used solar energy panels. Okay, to use to install for the lamps to always be lighting. Okay. It says, it took Borin 7 years to create this series from when he started collecting the lamps to when he installed the series at the Los Angeles Country Museum of Art. Some series take a long time to make, while others take less time. It depends on the artist, the artistic purpose, the resources needed to complete the piece, and the techniques used. So what it takes, it depends on the artist, the purpose, the resources to complete the piece, and the techniques. So to do a sculpture, to do a type of art, it involves many things, not only resources and effort to try to demonstrate or illustrate your ideas. Okay? For example, he took 7 years to try to create this type of series. Imagine that. That's a long time. So let's continue. On the bottom part of this page 124, you have to do exercise number 2 that says analyze the urim light and answer the questions. Look at this. You see how he put all of these lamps in a series? If you put it one together, if you observe it like this, it looks just like a simple photo. But if you're in that place, imagine how can you observe these several type of series. This is one series, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I think there's more. But you see that one series is involves several parts of the art. Once you analyze and observe this image, we're going to answer these questions. Let's read it together. What is the participatory aspect of the piece urban light? What is the aspect? Well, I see people there. Look, they're participating, involving in the image. What materials did the artist use to make this series? What materials did he use? If you go back and read, he used several materials. Do you think it's important to see the piece as a single installation to appreciate them? Do you think that this piece you have to see it as one single or more? So you tell me, okay? For this activity, you will have 5 minutes to answer these 3 questions while you observe the urban light photo, okay? So I will give you 5 minutes starting now. Okay, guys. Well, I hope that you already answered these three simple questions. Okay, let's do it now together. I hope you have the same answers like I do. If not, it's okay. The last question is free. Okay, so let's see my answers. From exercise number 2, it says analyze urban light and answer the questions. What is the participatory aspect of the piece urban light? Well, what is the aspect is that this it was made so the public could interact with it and be entertained. Oh, it won't fit. And be entertained by it. Okay, so this was the purpose of it. It was made for the public, so the public could interact with it and be entertained by it. Okay, if you observe in the image, you see people being entertained, taking photos, and being part of this type of sculpture. Okay, so I hope that you have the same part that I have. Okay, remember that this part is really easy. You tell me if it's what is your own opinion, if it's similar or not. Okay, so now let's continue. Number 2 says, what materials did the artist use to make this series? Well, he used the street lamps, from the 1920s and from the 1930s. Remember that it took 7 years for him to try to make this artwork, and he used or recollected these street lamps from those years. Okay, so now let's observe the other question. Question number 3 says, do you think it's important to see these pieces as a single installation to appreciate them? I think this part is an optional answer. It says, do you think it's important to see these pieces as a single installation? Yes, maybe yes, because you can appreciate them carefully, each detail. Okay, yes, because you can appreciate them carefully and each detail. Okay, so now so far number 3, this question, your answers will vary. Okay, because everyone has a different perspective of seeing this type of piece art as only one single installation or not. Okay, it depends on you. Now let's observe part 3. Okay, let's observe exercise number 3 from page 124. It's in the bottom part from this part. Over here you have to look at the image of the sculptures series, this one, okay, titled Terracotta Army, more than 8,000 soldiers found near a tomb, and you have to answer these questions. Okay, so in this part you have to observe this image, and answer these questions. Okay, there are only 4 questions that you have to answer according to what you observe. Okay, question number 1 says, what do you feel when you look at it? What do you feel when you look at it? What do you feel? Well, I don't feel nothing, but I feel a little bit surprised because all of them belong to one same entity or one same country. It says number 2, would you like to interact with these pieces? Why? Yes, I would like to interact with them, to see them carefully, to see how they were made, with which materials, okay, to observe the context of this type of piece art. Okay, what do you think the purpose of this series is? Well, the purpose of this series maybe is to see how the soldiers were uniform, how the soldiers were standing up, okay, see their characteristics physically, etc. Number 4, what story does it try to tell? Well, it tries to tell you when they were in the war, when they were trying to get ready, maybe they were rehearsing, or maybe they were being trained. Okay, now you have to do this activity, exercise number 3, individually. Okay, I will give you 5 minutes. In this part, there's no right or wrong answers. Your answers may be different because it depends on what you feel and what comes to your mind when you see this image. Okay, so for this part, I won't review it to you. If you answer it, great job, thank you for doing it. Okay, remember, you have to observe the image of the soldiers and just answer the 4 questions. Okay, there's no wrong or right answers. Okay, so let's do this in 5 minutes. Okay, guys. Well, I hope that you answer those 4 questions. Okay, those questions, like I said, there's no wrong or right answers. You have to answer them according to the image, what you see, what you feel, and what it tells you. Okay. I hope you did a great job. I'm sure that you did, because you're excellent 6th graders. So now let's continue on page 125. And we're going to focus on exercise number 4, and then we're going to continue on exercise number 5 from this page. Okay, so let's observe exercise number 4 that says create your own sculpture. Wow, look what you have to do. You need to create your own sculpture. Okay, create your own sculpture. It says, as you have seen, sculpture series can also be participatory art. You will now create a participatory sculpture series using the following steps. Now, these steps will help you to create the participatory sculpture. The participatory sculpture series is like the one that you saw previously, the one about the lamps. Okay? Now, number 1 says, remember the topic of your painting series. It was based on school activities, festivals during the different seasons of the year, the trees around your school, etc. You will use the same theme for your individual sculpture series. Now, sorry. For this activity, remember that on week 4, on the last page of week 4, you had to select a topic and create a painting about it. Okay, now for example, let's see, you selected about the seasons of the years, about the festivals of the seasons of the years. Okay, you're going to use that same theme, el mismo tema, that same thing, to create participatory sculpture series. Okay, now number 2 says, think about the participatory possibilities of your theme. Number 3, plan your sculptures in the space on the right. So you have to use your sculpture and paint it over here in this space. Draw the shapes you will make. Make notes about your message, colors, textures, possible problems, and how you might solve them. In this part, you have to draw right here. You need to draw right here your sculpture. Okay, according to the theme, the topic that you selected. Remember to use what? To use colors. Think of the texture. Think of the message. What are the message that you want to communicate to others? Number 4 says, using motherly clay, make 3 small sculptures representing your theme. For example, a tree in summer, in winter, in spring. So for example, in this one, my theme will be a tree. Okay, well, I'm going to draw a tree in summer, a tree in winter,